For my first visual, I have a base surface with regular topography. There is hilly land with a hard rocky texture, and there are multiple surface structures here that I've deducted is a town or a village. There's moderate foliage with green hues and cool temperatures. I have wind-type sounds and natural objects like stones. For my first flash sketch, I have a hard, heavy man-made object or part of a structure. It has a gray and silver hue, and I've deducted this is a construction-related object. Here, I'm picking up a structure with brown hues. There's foliage nearby, and I have a rough, rocky base surface texture with multiple subjects nearby. I'm labeling this area Structure X. I have energetics and cloud atmospherics near the base surface, and I've deducted what seems like the clash or collision of objects here. I see movement upward. This is movement of a cylindrical shape. It's a large man-made object with a rough feel. It seems like it's being moved by subjects, but there's this pulling or sliding movement here. And I also have a non-surface structure with wing-like shapes. For my last flash sketch, I have a base surface in the distance. There are multiple non-surface structures above with a sleek appearance and glowing energetics surrounding them. There's dark lighting around and various non-surface structures of different shapes and designs concentrated throughout this area. Moving to the center of Focus 1, I have an urban environment or town. There are multiple subjects with multi-directional movement, and I have a land-water interface. The structures here don't have a modern appearance, and I see small man-made objects. There are cloud dynamics at the base surface, and there's natural smells like foliage with loud sounds by the subjects such as shouting and their movement. I have a flash sketch at Focus 1 with multiple land-water interfaces, multiple brown-hued surface structures, and both human and non-human subjects on the base surface here. I have another flash sketch looking at Structure X. This structure is more ornate than surrounding structures, like it's a main or more notable structure. This is in a hilly area, and it's a large structure with subjects inside. This structure has a hard, rough feel with brown hues. Continuing to probe into Structure X here, looking at these ornate features, it's a very textured structure. I've deducted there are carvings or various designs that look like faces or bodies. There are tan hues and some other colors like yellows, greens, and reds. I also have some areas with dark hues. There are a few sketches of some of the designs I'm seeing here with large eyes and a large head, as well as some animal-shaped designs. Moving inside Structure X, the lighting here is inconsistent. It seems mostly dim, but I have a few brighter areas. I get a damp feeling like there's some moisture and humidity here. There are man-made objects made of natural materials, and there's a range of sizes in these objects. Some are large and heavy, and there are some objects that I can hold. The structure is extensive and large with open spaces. Like there's more to this structure than you would see from the outside. Structure X has an old appearance, and I'm deducting these are ruins or there's some degradation of the structure here. For my flash sketch moving inside Structure X, I see hallways, support columns. There's both open spaces and a few smaller rooms, and I have this large and deep pit-like area. Continuing to move around inside structure X, I see a symmetrical design. There are these narrow and small pathways that are leading outwards, and there's a rough stone texture. I also have a few areas of light that are shining through. My viewer feel is it's creepy here, and there are subjects inside as well. Getting a collective deep mind probe of these subjects, there's a sense of determination and hope. These subjects are fulfilling a purpose together, and probing into this, it seems like a possibly nefarious purpose, or it involves some interfering with the structure, like there's more focus on themselves and their group, and I sense a lack of respect for the structure here. These subjects also seem knowledgeable, or they have expectations that are related to this structure. I'm deducting that they're hoping to find or gain something from being here, like researchers. Moving to subject A and describing, this subject is a male with a human appearance, but he doesn't feel human energetically. The subject has a thin body. I see casual or loose attire with a somewhat modern style that has beige and brown hues. He has an aged look, like I would say 50 years old or more, with facial hair and a pale complexion. I've deducted he's an explorer. For my deep mind probe of subject A, there's something about him that feels dark, a dark presence, or his intentions feel shadow-like. He has a focus on connecting to the surroundings of the structure, but it feels like a forced connection, like subject A is out of place here. I get a sense of danger or taboo, and it's very hard to read this subject, but it feels like he shouldn't be here, and he knows that he shouldn't be here. Subject A has an oppositional mindset, like a desire for disruption and chaos. Continuing the deep mind probe, specifically looking at the purpose of structure X, there's some divine representation, like connecting the surface structure to beings in a separate location. There's a connection with timing as well, like the structure has a higher significance or better use based on the specific time. I'm deducting there's a relation to like a calendar or a prophecy, but there's a process of harnessing energetics that is improved with this structure. Subject A is interested in enhancing abilities for himself. This is an individual or selfish purpose, but the structure X has more of a communal use. Probing into the energetics here, these are associated with the history of this structure, like a remaining or lasting energy that's contained in this specific location. I've deducted that there's previous activities by powerful non-human subjects that occurred here, and that's related to these energetics. I do also see some drama or disagreement amongst the subjects here. Probing into these distant subjects associated with structure X, these are non-human subjects, and I'm deducting they present themselves as deities or as very powerful beings because I see a notable appearance, like they're attractive, they're strong, they're adorned. These subjects work together. There's balance and harmony in their group and actions. Looking at their appearance, the subjects have long hair and nice physique, and I see varying complexions here. Moving to object Y and describing, this object has a circular, round shape. It's a heavy and large object that seems to stay in place, or it has a designated location. Object Y has a decorative appearance, but it seems the purpose could be overlooked. It's encased or in some protective surroundings. Continuing to probe object Y, its use is as a container or for storage. This object holds energetics within. From my front view, I see what looks like a geometric pattern with multiple colors, and from a side view, I see energetics circulating within. I'm deducting that it's a sealed or very secure object. Moving to area Z, as in zebra, this is a space with bright lighting. I have natural and man-made elements, and there are multiple surface structures that are simple but still look nice. I have pleasant smells here, like a fresh atmosphere, and there are multiple subjects with minimal clothing. I see large groups with focused gathering, and I've deducted this is a community. Looking at the level of technology in Area Z, there's access to high-level technology for sure, but it's not obvious by appearance. Their technology has a simple look. Getting a flash sketch of Area Z, I have multiple surface structures that have similar or uniform appearance. There are these gathering areas that have focus groups of subjects, and I have foliage and land-water interfaces. For my final flash sketch here, after deducting this is a pleasant environment, I see what looks like a passage or entrance to an outdoor area that leads to these spaces of similar structures and multiple subjects with extensive foliage. And that's what I have for this target.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the target reveal for Shantae. Shantae, just to confirm that you are oblivious to what the target is and that you did the session completely alone and recorded it by yourself.
That's right.
Awesome. All right, so I sent you an email titled Do Not Open. Go ahead and open it.
Alrighty.
And then, yeah, tell everyone what the target is for this month.
Alright, target is Angkor Wat. Cool.
So, if you scroll down, I included some images.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, the animal statues. That's crazy. And the faces. Whoa, that's crazy.
It matched your session perfectly. You had the carving of the face.
That's crazy. I had that weird face on page, what was it? As I was drawing, I was like, I don't know, this is weird. And,
Good.
oh yeah, on page 14, that face. Not bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, your descriptors throughout were great. Even the animal-shaped designs, can you see that if you scroll down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool, right? So you described like a large ornate structures, tan hues, textured surfaces, dim and consistent lighting, large objects capable of holding or containing things, signs of aging or degradation within the structure, and that there was more to it than what could be seen. And then, perception of like the human, non-human subjects. So all in all, I thought this was a really, really good session from you.
Thank you. I'm feeling it too.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah, there's the evidence of like the otherworldly influences in this, in constructing this. Even if you look at page 23 and the subjects you drew, these are really, really consistent with the sculptures of like the goddesses and gods. Very consistent with those sculptures.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I don't know much about Angkor Wat actually.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely heard of it, but I don't think I immediately would have known that it looked just like this. Like I know it's ruins and stuff, but interesting. Well, I guess I've been there now in some way.
Yes, you have.
Cool.
Yeah. And on that same page, when you say non-human and then you deduct present themselves as deities or powerful beings, man, you called it.
Wow.
Because that's exactly what happened. Like these sculptures, they are like they're paying homage to certain gods and goddesses, right? Like so, all this is purpose of structure X, divine representation, connect surface structure to beings in a separate location. This is all really, really good work and fascinating data. Because a lot of the times you look at these ancient structures, and this one I believe it's built by sandstone, which is a very flaky type of stone. So that by itself is also like a great mystery of how they could get sandstone to stick like this or to hold like this. And I thought it was also really interesting because you see if you look at the image of Angkor Wat,
Mm-hmm.
do you see the peaks?
The peaks, yes.
The little pine cone looking peaks?
Yeah.
My thought was like, ooh, that kind of looks like the representation of a pineal gland. Because pineal gland is called pineal because
Right.
it is shaped like a pine. So that was interesting too.
Yeah, for
And I
sure. And I
wondered
was
if
picking
this
up,
is-
like, the purpose of the structure was to have more connection with other, like, with these, I guess, deities, but I would imagine if there is pineal gland relation that is all mixed in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot underestimate how tuned in these people were to like things that seem like newer discoveries of our mind now. You know, like maybe they just had
Yeah,
a different way of
definitely.
explaining and understanding, but they still were understanding the same things, same concepts, same body parts, etc. Interesting.
Agreed. Very interesting. In your data, well, like subject A, who's interested in enhancing abilities for himself or individual selfish purposes, but the structure still has communal use. We don't fully like understand the purpose of these beings who came and like built these things, and you know, clearly they had their own agendas for building these things, but they did leave some very, very significant symbol behind. So something like that, whether or not it is a pineal gland, because this Angkor Wat is supposed to be based off of the 5 peaks of Mount Meru, and that's a very, very important mountain in this region, and it's supposed to have like it's supposed to be a bridge for this world and another world.
Ah, cool.
So
My
the
page 28 was
representation of
kind of
that.
like a bridge type thing. I didn't label it as that, but that's kind of what it looks like, or what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yes.
And look off to the right. There's 5 structures. Those could be like the peaks of the actual temple.
Ah, absolutely. There are no coincidences here.
No. Well, all in all, good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
This is very fascinating data. All right. Well, any other question or comments?
No. This is just a really interesting place to explore and see more of the origins and stuff. But that's it.
Agreed. Our planet has a lot more, like more than meets the eye, for sure, in all these ancient structures. Well, Shantae, good job again, and catch you next time.
All right. Thanks.